Geez, I don't remember how to do this. Oh my God. Oh, that's cute. Keep that. What's up, you guys? Let's just wait on some people to get in here. I do not remember how to do this stuff. Oh my heavens. So what's up, you guys? Give me a moment, bear with me. I am trying to figure this out, trying to get this to come down actually. Okay. Now, my comments. Can you guys hear me good? Let me know, please, in the comments. Hi, Brittany. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Chastity. I am doing pretty well. It's good to see you. Hey, the Wandering Sub. How is everyone? How are all of you? I want to say something real quick. So, these things we're going to be talking about, a lot of it is speculation. I don't mean any harm to anyone anywhere. Okay, thank you, Skyzy. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Thanks, baby. Eric just got back. He went and got some breadsticks for us to eat. So how is everyone? I hope you all are just doing absolutely beautifully. Huh? You didn't have to pay for the breadsticks? Why not? Thanks, Grammy, for paying for the breadsticks. So how are you guys? My comments have stopped. I joined Zav's live the other night, actually last night. I just wanted to get a feel of it, and if I was going to go anywhere on anyone's live, it's definitely going to be Zav Girl, because she sticks straight to the case. She's not about all that BS. She's just a sweet girl, and I've been watching her for a very long time, way before I ever thought about becoming an influencer or whatever, or a crime podcaster or crime coverage creator, content creator, whatever you want to call it. I've always watched Tiff. She's just a sweet girl, and she keeps it 100. You know what I'm saying? She has a good quality in her content. I just love it. Yeah, me too. So does Eric. And I trust her. She has never, ever, not one time ever done me dirty. Not one time. And I cannot say that about many people. I tried to be respectful when I was on her live as well. I didn't want to talk over her, which I've noticed a lot of people do, and it's really rude. I hate to be a dick, but Tiffany's too nice to say anything, so I'm going to. When you go on her live, at least try to make sure you give her time to talk, you know, because she has a lot of, like, knowledge, and sorry. And when she's doing these lives, I just find it extremely, like, off-putting to hear a lot of people talking over her. I get that. We've all done it. We've all done it. Back in the day, my lives would get crazy, and we would talk over each other, but mostly we tried not to. And she runs a really, I'm not like talking bad about her live either. Her lives are beautiful. I love them. She's really, like, passionate, and she covers something that's not easy to cover when you're talking about missing people or murdered people. Eric, will you close my door? But yeah, love Tiffany, love all of her stuff, loved being there, so thankful, appreciative that they welcomed me like they did. Chastity, I am doing really well, actually. Yeah. But, so I have some things I want to talk about. I'm actually going to try to get my StreamYard back up and running as soon as I can. No, this channel is not monetized, cannot be monetized, and honestly, I don't care. I want to talk about these things. I care about these things. I'm extremely passionate, and I'm going to do it regardless. Thank you. So whether that's just me on here talking, it don't really matter. But yeah. So how is everyone? I mean, do you all have any thoughts, anything new you want to talk about in specific? Oh shit, I won't tear everything up. But I do want to talk about something. So I was watching a lot of American Dreamcatchers footage. A lot of it, like hours and hours and hours. And after I started doing that, I realized why Ryan UpChurch come to the conclusion that XanaMayX was involved in it somehow. And, you know, a lot of people took his words and they didn't realize that he was just basically trying to state that these people seem sketch. Thank you, hippie sissy. Thank you very much. Do you have a main theory on Kylie's case? My theory may not be acceptable online, so I kind of keep to myself. I do actually have, you know, my theories and whatnot, speculation, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it. I do. And I want to hear your thoughts as well on that. Skyzy, your thoughts are welcome here as long, you know, just keep it classy. But, yeah, we all have a right to our opinions. High True Crime Karen's case. But anyways, so after watching like literally quite a few 8-hour-long live streams, I realized just why he was so like suspicious of her. First of all, you know, American Dreamcatcher's podcast didn't seem to be like very big before. It was like he was just starting or something into the true crime coverage, even though I feel like I remember watching him a long, long time ago. I don't know if he had to start over or what, but I did notice that he needed her help a lot when she first started coming onto those lives. And she was doing stuff like reading him the comments and giving him ideas and, you know, really helping out. Like she had kind of took over, but Tony Dodge let her. He just let her take over, you know, so that's not really her fault, and I think she enjoyed the attention and the spotlight, right? Well, when Ryan came onto that podcast, it was just kind of strange because he was talking about things and he was being really cordial. He wasn't being over the top. He wasn't being rude necessarily. And then XanaMayX out of nowhere, I don't really know that she meant to be rude. I just think that that's kind of her personality and that she didn't see no wrong in what she was doing. But she comes straight out of the woodworks after Ryan had come on for a little bit. And she was like, we really do need to drop this Ronnie thing. And he was respectful towards her because he thought that she was like the co-host of Tony's show. Like, he thought she was always on there or something and did not realize that she was just kind of helping Tony out. But things did get weird. And she did have a lot of weird things to say. Mostly the next day. But if you go back and watch all of that, you will think less that Ryan's on drugs and more you'll realize why he had those assumptions. I did anyways, because I was kind of concerned. Not at first, but after a little bit of this connecting the dots and the writing the names, I did become concerned because I have a lot of passions. You guys know this very well. I love to sing. I love music. I'm very passionate about helping in crime cases, just as all of you are. Hi, LaRue. Accident, in my opinion. Hippie sissy. I know a lot of people do think it's an accident. However, more things are coming to light that make it seem like less of an accident and more like foul play, in my opinion. Actually, I mean, I've thought that from the beginning. And not because I want that to be the case, obviously. I wanted her to be alive, right? Just so many weird things, especially in Sammi's stories that she told over on that podcast that I've been talking about. You know when she points and she says, right there is where we were parked, where Kylie was parked, where we were parked. Why would you say we parked there if you weren't with her? When she was explaining on his podcast the timeline, right? She says that, I think it was around 10:30, they go back to the car to charge the phones. While they're out there, they're talking about charging phones. Why would you talk about that in, like, detail? I don't know why that would be a topic that you talked about, charging your phones. I mean, maybe be like, my phone takes forever to charge. I get that, but, like, talking about it? No. Because the only thing she had to say that they talked about while they were in the car were charging their phones, and Kylie texting her mom, which is really fucking weird. I don't think that's the truth. She also states in that there were several friends with them in the car. Nobody ever pressed her about who those friends were. And I'm actually curious, wondering if it's Mags and her boyfriend, because it just seems pretty weird. I found it weird. She said while charging Bun, she asked for a ride. Yes, that's what I'm getting to, hippie sissy. She says that while they were in the car charging their phones, she asks Kylie for a ride. When they get out of the car, she gets out of the car to go find another ride. But Kylie had already agreed. And also, if you think someone's not leaving, if you think they're staying all night there, why the fuck would you ask them for a ride home? You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. So that's pretty weird, right? So yeah, she says at 10:30 they're in the car charging their phones and stuff. And they get out and she goes to find another ride, like, automatically. Now, if she told Kylie, she also states that she told Kylie at that time that she didn't want her to take her home because she was under the influence and she knows about drunk drivers. You know, she's a smart girl. Okay, so then at 12:36, why would Kylie call Sammi to make sure that, you know, to find out if she needs her ride home, because she's under the assumption that she's going to be taking her friend home? Why would she do that if, you know, Sammi had already told her in the car after asking her for a ride that she didn't need a ride? You know, and if Kylie was alert enough and well off enough to think about her friend, why was nobody such that good of a friend to Kylie? It really breaks my heart and soul. And even if it was an accident, it's pretty shitty that people knew Kylie was apparently this intoxicated, as they're trying to make it out that she was, and let her drive any fucking where. Like, that's really terrible. It breaks my heart to find out that none of those people were actually close friends with Kylie. But to have the spotlight and to do media interviews, oh God, they were besties. Sammi didn't follow Kylie. Kylie didn't follow her. But turns out, let's see, I do believe it all was an accident. Sammi set the narrative from the beginning about her being drunk, and she controlled everything until she left town. Right, she controlled the narrative while she was in. And guys, even if this is an accident, technically it's not necessarily ever going to be an accident. This is a 16-year-old little girl that was, even if she was driving, that was allowed to drive. Someone bought this little girl alcohol and exposed her to that, and possibly drugs. No matter if she drove into that water, this is still a crime that has taken place. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what way you think it is, whether you think there's foul play involved, or you see, right, TF20, I'm not sure what that means. I'm so sorry. Sammi also organized the whole event. Right, she organized the whole event, and I heard her saying somewhere that she organizes a lot of the parties they have out there. That's why she refers to those parties as their parties, like she owns them somehow. Someone will, IMO, be held responsible for buying the alcohol and drugs. Exactly, true crime Karens. I agree. Somebody needs to be held responsible for that regardless. Hello, Delina. Dylan. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm so sorry if I am. But yeah, no matter how you spin this story, something illegal took place that night. The fact that a 16-year-old child was at that party, and if she was, you know, if there was foul play involved, that's terrible. But if it was an accident, it's still just as terrible. She's 16 years old. She was under the, they say she was under the influence highly of drugs and alcohol possibly. And that just breaks my heart and soul. And, you know, they say she was a smart girl, and I know she was. I seen a video today of her 9 years ago. She was playing a banjo, or a violin, my bad, a violin, and singing. And it was absolutely beautiful, and it broke my heart that that little girl won't be doing that anymore. It breaks my heart. Because you see, these losses, you guys, to us, you know, these cases that are popular for a bit and then they drop off, these people are still gone out of other people's lives permanently. That's permanent. And it's just, you know, really sad. It's really sad that this happened to this little girl. It's really sad that, you know, people go missing and stuff every day. It's so sad. It breaks my heart and soul. Hundreds of people at that party, not one person saw any. Exactly. If there was 200 to 300 people at that party in this age group that we are discussing, do you not think that one of those people saw something or heard something? Obviously they did, but we are not hearing from anyone. I think a lot of that is because of the judgment that was placed on Sammi and Mags and all those people. I mean, who would want to come out and talk when the scrutiny was so out of hand, you know? I guess I see it there. But also the parents telling them not to talk, the parents being like, oh, you ain't talking to my kid. What did they see? What did they hear? Even if that was the case, though, I think if there was 200 to 300 people there, that we would have heard something by now. Now, I did see some photos of Kylie at that party in that hoodie, the odd future hoodie. Someone saw something, just no one is coming forward to say anything, probably because they don't want to talk and be incriminated. Right, Chastity? Right. But what do you guys think about this theory? So that XanaMayX and some other people have said there were other parties that very night at Prosser Campground. Other parties. Okay. Now, if there were other parties and the cops are basing it off of, you know, their mobile devices being at one location at the same time, is it not possible that the party that Kylie was at was actually much smaller and there was a more adult party, like college party being had there the very same night, which could be why Sammi had that party there that night, so that it would seem like it was a bigger party than what it was. See, I was about to ask about the Hispanic party too. Right, hippie sissy. Now, have any of you seen the video that XanaMayX claims she had of that beautiful Hispanic party that was next to the site? Because I have not seen that footage, I don't believe. Someone said that it was a Snapchat video and that she had pulled it up or something weird. One of the Creek Squad members had said something about it. And honestly, I hate to say this, but a lot of those Creek Squad people have made Ryan UpChurch look worse, in my opinion. Like calling Kiely Rodni. You don't even know her name, and you have now made 3 videos about her, but you still don't know her last name. Like, that's so rude. And I know that that's not Ryan's fault. Hello, Luann. How are you, darling? My opinion is also foul play. It could very well be an accident, but like I've said, no matter what, it's a crime. She was super underage. She was 16 years old. She's just a baby. How are you, Luann? I hope you're doing well. I have missed all of you. But my theory, basically, and it's very speculatory, and they are children, but I do truly feel in my heart and in my soul, after hearing the stories about Sammi being wet, and all of that, I feel with all of my heart that her friends were involved. I really do. I don't think that the ex-boyfriend, Jagger, I don't think that he was involved, but it's also possible. I hate to say that, but I really don't believe he was. I think he loved her very much, and I think he is going through something right now that is going to be hard for him to get over and to get through. Tragedies can really, really, really affect you mentally, physically, and my heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to the mother. My heart goes out to the friends. And my heart mostly goes out to Kylie. That poor little girl, you know. We don't know exactly what's happened yet, but we will in the coming weeks. See, I've been really sick, unfortunately. Oh, my goodness, Luann, I'm so sorry. I hope you get to feeling better soon, babe. See, someone had an interesting theory. Maybe a hazing incident or possibly TikTok challenge of some kind. Okay, you know that grizzly crime lady? I don't know her name. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But she had said, what did Sammi get Kylie to do? Because when Sammi explained who Kylie was, she was like, she'll do anything, any dare. She's always down. She would jump off of a bridge, you know, basically. And then she also explained her same self that way. Is it possible that she was dared to do something? You know, it's very possible. But to me, I feel like there was like some jealousy or something going on there. I don't really feel like it was an accident between the friends. I feel like this is something more. I may be totally wrong, but I get this feeling when she tells the end of that story, the timeline is all off. Her being wet out there, you get in a car to talk about charging your phones while your phone's charged. You ask for a ride, but then you decide that you tell her you're not going to take that ride because she's so drunk and intoxicated. You say that she was spending the night there, but yet you were going to get a ride with her. Who in here, if you think someone's staying the night somewhere, are you going to ask that person to give you a ride any fucking where? No. Let's see, Lola. It is so sad. But I just feel, I've got this feeling, you guys, like this is not good. Like I was saying before, I was on my TikTok live, and I was saying, oh Jesus, I just had a big brain fart. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Let me regain my thoughts. Sadie has a friend over, so they're thumping and jumping and dancing and going crazy. And I haven't done this in a very long time. I didn't write down my notes, which was a huge mistake, and I'm definitely going to do that for next time. Does anyone have any clue where I could have been going with that? Because I just totally forgot. And it was super important. Super, super important. I think this is delayed as well. Let's see. I have a strange feeling about this too. Yeah, Luann. Let's see. Sammi didn't seem so IMO, so that's odd. Right. Emotional. Yeah, she wasn't emotional at all. But that's because they weren't actually best friends. They hadn't known each other, but like a very short period of time before that party. She is an attention seeker, so no matter what else is false or whatever, something I can tell you that is a fact is that she was loving every second of that attention that caused her so much trouble here, where we're all scrutinizing and speculating and thinking she's involved. That's all her fault because she wanted attention. When she was on that American Dreamcatchers podcast, she was just like, look at me, oh, and he was eating every ounce of that up. Did any of you notice that, how weird it was? He didn't ask her any good questions because he was just so enamored by her and like love struck that she was on his podcast and that she was talking to him and giving him the scoop. And, there were so many questions that he could have asked that would have given us answers that really could have helped. We know her car was upside down. We know that it was under 14 feet of water. We know that it was like, I think they said 55 feet from the shore and like so many feet from the party, right? Now, also down there, when they were recovering the car, there was that little square that was marked off, right? And there was actually, you guys, an officer standing by that. Do you want to know what I think that was? Some kind of fucking evidence. Could it have been the phone? Have they found Kiely Rodni's car? Have they found her phone? If they found her phone, that's such an important detail to the story that could provide so many answers. We know this. And it must have been there, right? Because it pinged literally. Okay, here's that sandbar. Here's the road coming down. There, her phone last pinged literally right there, right at the water's edge. And her car from that ping, you guys, that ping was 55 feet over here. Are you joking? You see, they say that the pings, they don't take them that serious because her phone could have pinged a bunch after that. You're telling me pings aren't important when it pinged right here and her car was right here, and that whole time they were searching, all them weeks, they didn't find her there because they just didn't think that ping meant anything? Really? Really? It's just so strange. So many people searched. They didn't find anything. On the second day of AWP, Adventures with Purpose, not Adventures with a Purpose, Adventures with Purpose, on their second day, as they went out to Prosser Lake, it took them approximately 34 minutes to find the car. That's it. And the car was upside down. When they brought it out, the back driver's side window was down. The front driver's side window was busted. I still don't understand how they found nothing. I don't either. If they were searching with all of the stuff they said they had and as much as they had, the manpower they had, I saw photos of the search and the equipment and stuff, and I was impressed. How the hell do you not find it with that when Adventures with Purpose goes in with just regular sonar technology used for fishing and finds it? I mean, I know they got the live scan, the side scan, all that stuff, but that's it. That's it. And I know they do it a lot. They do it every day. But those people that are involved in that search and are from California probably do it quite often as well. How do you find nothing in all that time you had and was supposedly searching Prosser Reservoir? How do you find nothing? Do you guys, I mean, either it's possible, I heard that the sheriff's son may have been at that party and may have known something, and that might be why all those parents knew to tell their kids, like, oh my God, keep quiet, don't say shit, don't talk to nobody. Do you all think it's possible that the sheriff's son was there and that maybe this car was overlooked on purpose? Because I found it real weird that Sammi, Mags, all of them were like, oh, I know she's alive, she's been trafficked. I mean, I know we always want to think for the best, to hope for the best, which I don't think that's best, but at least she would have been alive, you know? Do you not think it's weird that they were like, oh, this is over here, but look over here. Look over here at this. Do not look over here. Stop looking there. Because she made it real apparent that she thought that Kylie had been trafficked. Why? Why would you do that if you have no, like, evidence of any type of thing like that? I mean, did you see someone talking to her? And if you did, that could be a clue to what happened too, you know? I just feel that so many people, even Jagger, which I think Jagger's thing was because he wanted her to be alive so much. But there was so much of this look over here bullshit pulled in this case, in my opinion. And, you know, the police even scaled back their searches because they were going to start focusing more on the investigation, right? And they had started to think that it was more trafficking. Now, why is that? You know, and so this is my opinion. Either they overlooked the car on purpose and tried to make us all think that she could have been possibly trafficked and hoped that the case would die down and we would all shut up, or her car was put there after they searched. There is no other explanations in my opinion. If you have a thought on that, let me know in the comments. I'm open to anything. Because when you do this, when you brainstorm, that's how you find out what really happened. When you compare the evidence to all of these theories, that's how you find out what happened. Oh, that's an idea. Police officers, kids at party. Yeah, I heard that the son of the sheriff was at that party. And that would make all the sense in the world. Why they didn't find the car. Why they were telling us look over here and not over here. Just so much that makes sense to me. And I found that out on Zav's live, actually. So I want to shout that out, that information came from her live. I don't remember if it was from her directly, but it came from her live. And it's speculation, obviously. We can't prove it at this point. But if it is proven, that's going to make things pretty tough for that law enforcement agency. You know, and I was told that might be why they no longer have anything to do with the case. I mean, I know it was a missing person case, and since the person has been found, but, you know, it's all now in the hands of the FBI. And if his son was involved, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble for not stating this in the beginning and not handing this case over to another agency right away, in my opinion. Let's see. Oh, that's an idea. But, guys, also, like I was starting to talk about a little bit with the XanaMayX stuff, if you guys have not watched the full length of those lives that was on Tony Dodge's YouTube channel, because she was on there like every day for quite a period of time before Ryan ever got involved, and was like basically doing the role of a host, a co-host, you know. It's weird that they haven't said if they found the physical file. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh, Oracle, you have just helped out so much. The phone. It is weird because that ping was there. So if the phone was not found in the car with Kylie, there's definitely foul play involved because it pinged right at the water's edge, right? So it should be in the car. That should be something we should be finding out pretty soon, because how else did it ping there if it ain't there, you know? And had they followed that ping a little better And had they actually been trying to find her, they should have found her very easily, considering the ping was here and the car was here. Oh my God, I wish I was on StreamYard so I could show you guys that. That true crime rocket science guy, I seen where he done this thing, like he fixed the photo and showed where the ping was at the edge of the dirt, you know, the sand where the water had receded. He had the ping here, and then the car was found literally here, a straight freaking line. He is good. I do too, Lola. She also had scuba gear with her the day she went to where they ended. Yeah, I heard that XanaMayX had been looking into scuba gear. She was there, guys, around during the party, apparently. She says she was there at Prosser Lake. And if you watch what she was saying on Tony Dodge's lives, she knows a shit ton about the area. I mean, a shit ton. Because she was like, here on 80, there's a border. So there's a fuck ton of cameras there. So don't go that way. And then there's, because of like, you know, immigration and stuff, she says there's immigration cameras set up there. So there's this, there's that. She just knew about the area. Then she goes into, what was the county called, or the area called? There's apparently another place in Florida with the same name, Carson. Yeah, she's like, yeah, here in Carson, there's a huge crime rate. So she's apparently from that area, you guys, and had been going out to Prosser and was apparently at a party the same night there. So I do truly understand why Ryan began to suspect her. And then she was like, oh, we talked to Ronnie. We're in good with Ronnie. The Ikid thing, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of strange. I think that maybe he was trying to get views. There is some weird stuff there, though. And everybody saying Ryan was on drugs, I started to worry. Until I watched all that footage last night, and I was like, damn. So when he's explaining all this in these little videos, he's a lot like me, and he gets brain scattered. He gets brain farts. And, you know, putting all that together is kind of difficult. But it makes sense. Aside from the writing out the names and stuff, that's a little too far in my opinion. But I don't think he's necessarily on drugs. And if he is, I hope he gets help and gets clean, because drugs can really ruin a person's life. They really can. And you know, Ryan's always been like pro don't do drugs, kids, and just really helpful to the communities and stuff. Because like I stated before, I'm into a lot of things, music being one of those, and Ryan UpChurch's funny videos especially. Okay, I'm hanging out here, but just listen. Okay, love you so much, Luann. Let's see, XanaMay works with the Sheriff's Department. Now, you know, XanaMayX knows a lot about these parks. And if you notice, when Ryan's talking about the person who works at a bazillion parks, she looks kind of weird, like maybe it's her. I wonder if XanaMayX don't actually work at these parks and stuff, you know. Instead, she says she was in the Army and that she's currently in the Army, but we know that's not true. Maybe she was prior. Why isn't she anymore? That's a good question to ask. Yes, Luann, please feel better, baby. We all love you here. See, she needs to be arrested. She admittedly talked about sharing alcohol with the minor. Did she, Oracle? Remember that first live when Ryan got on panel with her? Look at how she glares at him. She had a grudge on him before he yelled at her. Oh, she did, because she'd been keeping up with his coverage of Ronnie. And she loves Ikid very much. And so she's team Ikid and Ronnie. So that's why she kept giving him them looks. She was like, mother, right away. And that's also why, welcome, JC. I'm actually kind of new to my channel too, because I quit for like over a year. So I'm pretty rusty, and I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, she was ready to pounce on him the first second she got the chance to do so. She was in the National Guard. And a family member works for the parks. I thought that she worked for the parks too, and I knew they said she had a family member that did. But I wonder if she wasn't discharged from the National Guard, because clearly she's not currently enrolled, or she wouldn't have purple hair and all that, right? Okay, this says, JC says XanaMayX was never in the U.S. Army. She was in the, yeah, that's, okay, yeah, National Guard, yeah. Oh, thank you, Chastity. I really love to hear that. I hope I am doing at least decent, because this case deserves every ounce of my being and my ability. You are not rusty. You're doing absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you. You guys know I have a problem with getting really scatterbrained because I just get so passionate that I want to talk about everything at once. And that's why I usually have my notes, which I do not have tonight, and I'm sorry about that. My biggest question is why the campgrounds were still open to the public during an activity. Exactly. And you know, the law enforcement says, well, we left it open so that more people could search. But they fucking closed off the area where she was. Guys, they wouldn't let nobody search there. Are you kidding me? Is that not so, like, ironic? Like, there are not this many coincidences. There just aren't. Thank you for subscribing, Tuesday. New subscriber. I knew from the moment I heard her voice she was weird without even seeing her weird vibes. Oh, goodness. I know. I don't mean to be rude, but it's true. XanaMayX, like, and why? Why did she start, like, she's from the area. She was out at Prosser. When Ryan's saying, where did she come from? And they clip that and they say, oh, he's on drugs. Fuck no, where did she come from? Why was she running Tony Dodge's YouTube channel? I know he was letting her and he said he needed the help because he was like, you're going to have to help me, XanaMayX. You're going to have to help me. But why did she go to his channel in the first place? Because clearly she was following Icked Mail. I get why Ryan thought this. And it's still possible, people. Worse, bigger, weirder things have happened. And we all know that. Because we've all followed other cases in the past. And know that sometimes, like he says, when you think something's a zebra, it's probably a zebra. If it's got stripes, if it walks, if it talks like a zebra, it's probably a zebra. Yeah, probably is. But yeah, gosh, you guys, yes. Here goes that, like, scatterbrain. But yeah, where did she come from? Why was she on there doing that in the first place? Why? Why XanaMayX? Because you're from that area? But also, they found footage where she was doing something similar in the Gabby Petito stuff, but just not, like, involved in it, clearly. You know, somebody who's, let's see, yeah, he did say that, laughing my ass off. He's so funny. I do think Ryan's very funny. I really like Ryan. And like I was saying, they kind of got me worried until I watched the full-length lives that were done. All of them, pretty much. I mean, there's still some I haven't watched, but I tried. There's only so much time in a day. I had watched bits and pieces of all of them before that, but then I thought, well, maybe I need to watch a little closer. And when I did that, I realized exactly. Because, I mean, she knows all these things about crime. She knows about the cameras. She knows about all these national parks. I thought it was her that worked there. Because when they were saying that, did you see her eyes? She was like, because the reason that is because it ties back to Ronnie. Because they were saying Ronnie knows people that worked at all these national parks and connecting Naked Mail too, which is also weird. XanaMayX had that scuba diving book per Ryan. Yes, on the desk. She had homicide investigation books. She had all that shit. And if she's just somebody from the National Guard, she doesn't really care about true crime. And she just wants to talk about the Ukraine war. And she just lives out there. And then what the hell are you doing with all of those books and just being so weird? Why were you on Tony Dodge's YouTube channel running shit from the beginning and getting so involved in this particular case? It's really alarming. It really is. And it's also really alarming that so many people wanted to make Ryan sound crazy by claiming, oh, he's on meth. That's terrible. It's terrible. And we know why, though. There's something to this. Why her name XanaMayX. Zanny, oh my God. I actually sent Ryan a message and was like, did you notice that Xanax, like Xan, you know how we got Little Xan, and then you got like a bunch of other rappers that have Xan in their name. I was like, that's weird. And I was like, I wonder if it was supposed to actually be anime, and then the X's, she thought that was cute. Remember the ICQ days when we would use X's and little squigglies to, like, you know, for accessories for our usernames? But she herself said it was XanaMayX, right? So, yeah, does she like Xans real good? When Xana Lady said, let's talk about you, Ryan. Oh, my God, I know that was so weird. She's like, I like music. I like guitars. And she didn't even know the name of the guitar that he was showing her. And later, she comes out and's like, ukulele, because apparently she thought it was a fucking ukulele. Really? No. Like, why even saying something like that? When all Ryan is doing is bringing it to... Exactly. Ryan, people want to say, why is he doing that? It's because of his music. No, it's because he's fucking famous and people like him, and he has a huge following, and it would help grow the case and get more eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I used to love this, love the Zanny, says Hippie Sissy. Oh, Jesus Christ. I love you. But yeah, I mean, you know, she may be under the influence of drugs herself. Xans, you know? It's right in the name, sweet cheeks. And XanaMayX, if you see this, you're more than welcome to join me on live and discuss these things and tell me why you were on Tony Dodge's YouTube channel in the first place, why you went after Ryan like you did, why you're so pro Ronnie, red flag Ronnie, why you're so in love with Ikadmel, why you had those books on your desk, why you had scuba gear, why you were out there right over top, literally, docking your boat, your little canoe, right out over top of a beautiful young 16-year-old little girl's body, why you were there the night she went missing. Let's see, why does he only talk about blonde, blue-eyed white girls with tons of media coverage? Why no other missing people? Well, I don't want to like be a bitch, but the Summer Wells case, she's technically not like a blonde. Well, I guess she kind of is. I don't know. But why does the media only really make these cases big? It's the cases we hear about, you guys. You know, I want to help with the Jolissa. Oh my goodness, I do not want to mess up that name. Jolissa Fuentes. I hope she is found too, and I actually plan to start covering her case. It's just that, you know, the media talks about certain people. They only spread certain stories. They only help with certain cases. And sometimes that causes this issue. You know, but Ryan's really passionate about helping a lot of people, not just blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. I promise you that. And he's done a lot of things off the books that nobody knew about. He's helped a lot of people. I can promise you that. There's some weird things I want to tell you guys about me and the connection to Ryan UpChurch. You know, Paintsville, Kentucky. You know how I worked at Big Sandy Regional Detention Center? That is in Paintsville, Kentucky. You know John Holbrook, that is in Ryan's song that apparently goes after. I know all about that. Johnny Gobble. I used to book him in on a weekly basis almost. So I loved Ryan way before all that started. And when that started, I was pretty like weirded out. I was like, shit. And then he started talking about Summer Wells, and I was like, well, this makes it even more weird. Because now he is touching on things that I also am interested in, other than his music, his comedy, his videos, and Johnny Goble, who I personally know very well. And John Holbrook, actually. Me and him are really close friends. Ikadmel equals wicked male, I know. You know, I seen that video also, Ikadmel talking about how him and his friends used to like tap into people's cameras and shit. That shit's fucking weird. Imagine the abilities that he has now with his platform. And I am just speculating. This is all speculation. None of this is fact when I'm talking about wicked male. And I did enjoy watching his coverage, but I'll tell you something I don't fucking enjoy, and that's people having fake ass people join their content to make it bigger than it is, to bring more eyes to it. Now, people can say whatever they want, you know, about people wanting attention or whatever. We all come here for a reason and do YouTube or do other types of media for a reason. You know, maybe something's going on in your life and you need to get away. You know, I'm real passionate about a lot of things like we talked about. And honestly, helping other people is the best way for me to get away from my own problems in my life. That's, I think, what Ryan's doing. Because Ryan has a lot going on. He's a famous person. He has music. He has a daily life. He has these businesses. He works really hard. He has a crazy girl from Canada suing him currently. And it's putting a lot of stress on him. So he goes to these cases to get away, in my opinion. And, I mean, he helps out and he keeps his word. He did donate the money and stuff, you know. And I don't think he's on drugs. And like I stated before, a lot of Creek Squad, a lot of them are very intelligent people. Some of them not so much. And they called Kiely Rodni, and it made UpChurch look, you know, bad because it's part of his community. But that ain't UpChurch. UpChurch knows her name very well. And he was so affected, he was up for days trying to figure something out, talking to many people. Because you got to realize, you know, and then also a lot of people just wanted to talk to him because he's famous. And I'd say he got a lot of really weird stories, you know, just people wanting to be involved and wanting to talk to him. There's no proof he faked the calls, laughing my ass off. There's no proof that he didn't. You know, and he does seem to have connections to XanaMayX and Ronnie, and that's pretty weird. UpChurch has been wrong about everything. You're listening to him because he's famous. Absolutely not. I was just stating earlier that I was worried, and I did wonder if he was on drugs and stuff till I watched everything, and I'd say you haven't. You need to go to Tony Dodge's podcast and watch from the very minute that XanaMayX come onto his podcast, and I want you to tell me why she was there. And then when it comes to Ickadmel, I'm saying I don't think Ickadmel's involved. I don't. But I do think that he was creating more attention for his channel. I mean, that's the best, most reasonable explanation. Otherwise, how does he know these people? I mean, can you tell me that, Aloe? Because I'm not trying to be harsh on him. And honestly, that's the best for him, if that's what was going on. Because I don't think that all these other conspiracy theories are true about him being involved in the case, like, directly. Do you? What is your explanation for these connections otherwise? He's covered missing people cases for years. Why would he make a call for views? Well, when you look back, it seems like it's possible that he's been doing that for years. You know, I mean, until he proves us otherwise, I don't know. But I think that's the best connection that he could have to these people, it being for his views. Otherwise, he could possibly be involved in some sketchy ass shit. He has not covered cases for years, laughing my ass off. Bye. Thank you, Tuesday. Aloe, do you know her personally? Yeah, do you know her personally, Aloe? Are you XanaMayX? Huh? Oh my God, you guys, I've got to get my StreamYard back so people can come in. Yes, he has. I've been sub for 2 years. That's not years, that's 2 years. I was wondering why Sammi chose Tony Dodge's. I know. I wonder, I think a lot of people got the assumption that he was a big YouTuber and really famous or something. Because he had a video go viral because it involved Ryan. Also, Cinema Shogun. Now, I gotta say this. Hey, Brittany, long time no see. I was your sub a long time ago. I have a new name now, though. Well, welcome back, Blue October. I love to find all of my past supporters from Mysterious Case Files and stuff. I'd love to find all of you guys. I know a lot of light came to the things that happened back in my day, and people have found out that I was telling the truth and that I was also right about a lot of things. I knew it would come out one day, and I had so many other YouTubers that I had helped and helped bring attention to that wanted to dog me, you know, because can't have me, you know, looking good. And I know all that's come out since, and I knew it would eventually, and yeah. Yeah, I stated speculation, that I was speculating about a lot of things, especially involving Ickadmel. So now Ickadmel has nothing to do with it, but Xana does. What happened to sex trafficking, right? I never, like, no, you're taking this and, like, going off with it because you're apparently a huge fan of Ickadmel. And I'm really sorry about that. I don't have no personal issues with him whatsoever, but I do believe that he has faked content for his stuff, and that happens a lot. Yes, you were right about a lot. I'm an old sub, too, under a different name. Welcome back, girl. I love to see you guys here, really, really seriously. I've missed all of you. I've said that many times, because I did cover a little bit on the Gabby Petito case, for a little bit. You know, I could talk and talk and talk, and I could talk about my life. I could talk about me, but that was never the point. So that's why I just dropped off, knowing that people would figure it out. And they did. And like I said, it always, always comes out in the wash. And it did. But Ryan said he had her, right? You don't think false accusations like that are insane and harmful. What I think is that Ryan thought that if he pressed and pressed and pressed, he would find out the truth. That's what I think. And I think he went with a more insane accusation because it's more pressing. And I think he thought that it would bring the truth out of how they knew each other and whatnot. I'm not saying it was right. I'm not at all saying that's right. It's not right to spread propaganda about people, right? But he, you know, he did. And insane accusation, right? Right, that's what I just said. It is crazy to say, well, he has somebody or somebody has somebody. But you got to look back at all that footage. I really hope you do. Go back and watch all of Tony Dodge's podcasts with all those people, and you'll understand. Because he was also keeping in contact with Ickadmel, you know. See, beautiful Brittany, don't even explain yourself to these weirdos. Oh, thank you, Oracle. There's no proof they knew each other. No proof. Yes, actually, there is a lot of proof that they know each other. That's not true. They are connected in many ways. Their business associations, the area they live in, their phone numbers, there's photos. There's a lot of things that connect them. And, yeah, whatever. But thank you for your opinions. Thank you for being here. And thank you for debating me. I actually appreciate it because you gave me more to talk about. But aside from that, see, Mill is in Florida, isn't he? Yeah, well, okay, here's this too. Throughout those lives on Tony Dodge's stuff, I wonder if Xana herself wasn't the one sending those messages to Tony Dodge, pretending the whole Florida thing, you know, those condominiums, those apartments, you know, the Caribbean ladies, all that crap that kept getting brought up. And then there was that weird guy involved, and it was like a fake Ronnie, all that. You know, that they were saying it was in Florida. So, you know, I really wonder, because she was typing and then it would come in. And he's like, well, we got this and that. And she was helping Tony Dodge. And it's highly possible Tony could have been doing the same thing and her being involved, because they wanted attention. And they knew if they had that Ryan would come in and talk about it because of the Myro guy. Xana Grape. Yeah, but I really didn't like Xana after I watched a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh shit, like she's just really biased, in my opinion. And didn't seem to care much about Kylie after all, you know? Myro is just an UpChurch fan. He never said he was Ronnie. I know he didn't say he was Ronnie, but, you know, Zanny is not no sweetheart who's being attacked, period. Stop. Yeah, I don't think she's a, yeah. You bring yourself into this shit. You know, I brought myself onto YouTube and I had some backlash and it was rough, but I brought it on myself because I put myself out there. You know, when we do that, it's our, you can't blame no one but your damn self. And I do think she's super fucking suspicious, and I wonder what she isn't involved. I wonder what she wasn't one of the friends that was in the car with Kylie at 10:30. You know, we don't know, because Tony himself did not press Sammi to find out. Now, did he? Nope. You wonder why Zanny had the feeling and the need to go get on Tony Dodge's live, don't you? Did she know Kylie personally? Is she from that area? Well, we know she is, and she knows a shit ton about these national parks. She knows a lot. She doesn't know Kylie. How do you know? Who are you, Aloe? How do you know? Prove it. Prove that she don't know her. I want you to. Flexing his arms. You're weird as fuck, Aloe. Either you're Zanny or just trolling, right? I think so, too. Oh, my God, if only we were on StreamYard. Let's see. It's literally open. Where? Who debunked it? Who debunked that XanaMayX knows Kylie? Who debunked that? I don't know that anyone has. Debunk it for me. Help me debunk it. Because if it isn't true, then I don't want to be talking about it. But I do think it is a possibility. Until someone proves me wrong. And I've not seen proof of that anywhere. Have you guys? Nope. But anyhow, I feel 100% that something happened that night and that it involved some friends and maybe some other people. See, she's the first one to hop in a kayak right up, yeah, right over the car. Had the video. She's there. She lives there. She knows about all the cameras. She knows about this. She knows about that. She knows about the crime rate. There's some weird shit nobody's talked about or brought up for Ryan UpChurch or for any of this. And I just wanted to state the facts of what I found. Because, you know, I had started to worry and think, oh my God, he might be on drugs, the plane, this, that. No. They gave him good reason to think that and to be suspicious. And you can ask any PI. By roughing people up, like scaring them, that's the best way to get them to make mistakes and talk. What if she's a kind person who was trying to help and you're talking about her this way? I've been talked about like shit, and I'm a kind person that tries to help, but I put myself in this position. So that's what happens. Not everybody's going to agree, and she is suspicious. Why was she on Tony Dodge's podcast from fucking point blank? Tell me that, Aloe, which I'm pretty sure you're Zanny yourself. I really am. Otherwise, I don't understand, because you're doing the same damn shit she was doing. Because she's like, oh, Ronnie, I really do think we need to drop this Ronnie thing. So what are you questioning, Aloe? Yeah, the definition of speculation is the forming of a theory. Exactly. Why did Tony have Sammi on? Isn't that suspicious? How is that suspicious? Sammi was pretending to be best friends with Kylie. Of course, any YouTuber would have her on because they knew it was going to draw attention to the case and bring them views. I mean, that's why he had Sammi on, obviously. Why did Sammi go on his specific podcast? That makes it even more weird because I was wondering what Sammi doesn't know XanaMayX and what, because I believe with all my soul that Zanny works at that national park, you know, Prosser Family Reservoir and Campground. I believe she works there. She is from that area. She knows about all this shit. And I just wonder if that isn't why she was on there, because she knows Sammi, because they're friends, because this involves all of them. Because we do know that XanaMayX herself put herself there at the same very location where Kylie's body was just found on the night that she went missing, the night that her car possibly entered the water, because it's not been proven that it wasn't put in there recently after cops searched. I mean, there's so many things that are speculatory, and I'm willing to talk about them because one of these things is going to be true. She was in the National Guard, and in my opinion, I wonder what she wasn't discharged. Let's see. You're wrong. Go watch the videos. I did watch the videos. Oh, okay. Did she kill her? No. No, and Ryan never said she did. Did he maybe say that she had a dog with her on the kayak and that the cops found a dog's burial site? Yes. But did he state that? No. And when he brought that up that she was lying, she freaked her shit, started crying, and got off. And was like, I can't take any more of this. Take any more of what? He wasn't even impressing her that hard. I'm pretty impressed that it was that easy. This is tweaker. Well, then get off, Aloe. Get off. You're going to call me a tweaker now because I'm putting the facts with the facts and talking about the important keys of why he suspected her in the first place, something no one else has done. Because I actually know that Kylie's name is Kiely Rodni and not Kylie Rondi. I mean, you're coming after me because I'm talking some serious stuff. That's why. Because my facts here are real. She did show up on that podcast like that. She does live around there. She does work at the national parks. I wonder if she just works at the national parks and was never in the National Guard. Takes a tweaker to know one, right? Let's see here. UpChurch can't solve a puzzle, let alone a case. I have said, and if you'd been here from the beginning, I said, you know, like the whole writing the names thing out, that was a little too far. But Ryan has this personality, and if you don't watch his stuff, and if you don't know who he is, and you haven't known him for a long time, then you're not going to understand. His personality is pretty funny. Like, he's got this comic way of doing everything. It's just who he is. It's like when he's upset, weird, whatever. Any emotion he's having, he goes back to comedy, being funny. This ain't a funny thing, but he always thinks outside the box. Now, how do you think he became a millionaire? Why do you think that is? Because he thinks outside the box. And he's not afraid to use weird tactics to get to his goal. Now, when you, like, over the top, like, people started saying he's on drugs, right? Well, he started acting the part. He started giving them what he wanted. And he is very passionate. Yes, and he's a very smart human being. And he's actually really against drugs. If you knew anything about him, you would know that. Ryan says what he thinks. Exactly, and I do too, so I can relate. Why would anyone want to listen to someone who's fake and holds back? Right. Let's see, he has a 7th education tops. He's a fucking millionaire. He's very intelligent. You can tell by his videos. I mean, I'm done with this nonsense. If you want to talk about the facts of the case, if you want to talk about XanaMayX, if you want to talk about Ryan's involvement, if you want to talk about his views on things, great. Otherwise, you're making no sense. Money don't make you smart, girl. Laugh out loud. No, but you have to be smart to make money. Trust me. The smartest people sometimes don't have much money. But, you know, I mean, I guess you can just, yeah, whatever. But he is really intelligent. If you have kept up with him, you would know that. I know that because I have. So you people that are putting Ryan down, your bank account's bigger than his, I would like proof. Yeah, right? Oh, my God. He would die if he really didn't sleep for a week. Try again. Right? Exactly. When he said that he hadn't slept, he was just really, like, laying it on thick because they were saying he was on drugs. And his real followers would know that he definitely isn't. Yeah. So I think that when Ryan wrote their names down and stuff and, like, made it, like, go pretty eccentric, I think he was just doing that to drive home a point that he's not on drugs and that they think he's on drugs. So, yeah, whatever, you know. So Elon Musk has an assistant plus his phone in. What does that mean by? Let's see here. He has an assistant plug his phone in. He's not intelligent. You are saying that Elon Musk is an idiot now too? Jesus. Action Man to sell kid on. Yeah, that was, like I said, that's pretty weird. But I think he was doing that on purpose. I think he played into their narrative on purpose to prove a point. To prove a point that they would run with it, because that's the narrative and the agenda they had. They wanted people to think Ryan's an absolute piece of shit that's on drugs. He's a hillbilly. He's from the South like me. See, I'm from Kentucky, right? And everybody wants to talk about toothless hillbillies who are on meth. And not everybody is. Not everybody is. So you know what I'm saying? Stopping by to say nice to see you. Oh, it's nice to see you here out of the shadows with Ginger. Thank you so much for being here. IQ is the best determining factor on financial success. So yeah, smarts do have to do with money. Yeah, they do. Let's see. Why do you think I'm saying? No, I'm joking. See, you nailed UpChurch. The man is a genius. Most genius people are above school. Yeah, they are. That is true. You know, a lot of people get bored, and especially in our areas. He's from Tennessee. He's not far, Cheatham County, right? And, you know, our school systems aren't that great, I have to tell you. But our communities usually are. They're small and caring and loving, and we have a lot of compassion for others. And, you know, you can see it in everything the man does. Literally everything he does, you can see it. Hey, Blue October. Let's see here. Why did he delete his video? Which video? Which video did he delete? Because I was on there earlier, and they were all still there. Possum. Let's see, where's Possum? IQ. Ginger. Okay, but anyways, like I was stating, I do think he played into the narrative that they were giving because, you know, what better thing to do? Play into it. Because if you deny, and you get mad and you're like, I am not on drugs, then it looks bad. Just like when he got really upset with XanaMayX. It kind of looked bad, made people feel uncomfortable. But like I said, Ryan had every reason to feel these ways. He did, and he's not on meth. And the assumption that all of Creek Squad and all people from Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, that we're all just toothless, meth-headed hillbillies, that's not true. We may not be the smartest people, may not have the most money, may not have the prettiest teeth, but that don't make any sense, and it's the easiest thing to say. It's the easiest response, isn't it? That's what everybody says. So why not? And so Ryan just started playing into it, you know? I don't blame him. It just brought more attention to Kylie, to her case, in my opinion. So what if it was an accident? Kylie was drunk. Even if it was an accident, there was still a crime committed. Who bought the alcohol? Who gave her? If she was under the influence of alcohol or drugs, who gave those to her? That makes it a crime regardless. So this, no matter how you look at this, I don't think it's just an accident. I do think there was foul play involved, but if there wasn't, if I'm wrong, and it was just an accident, it still wasn't just an accident. Somebody got her totally fucked up and let that poor baby drive. You don't think this is disrespectful to your family? Let them have some peace. Of course you're going to go there. And no, I don't think this is disrespectful to her family, because if something happened to her, if these people were involved, and they're involving themselves. XanaMayX went on there. She wanted attention. Sammi, she wanted attention in the media. All these people can blame no one but themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be disrespectful to that family. That mommy and her crying broke my heart and soul. That is the last thing I want to do. But also, I think that if someone hurt her baby, she wants to know about it and wants justice because she loved that little girl. Now, don't you? If someone harmed my family, by George, I would stop to no end. And if there was somebody that would come up out on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere else and stand their ground and find things out and you know, share knowledge and talk about it, get brainstorming going, then I would be really grateful to that. UpChurch has tried to say that this was a sex trafficking ring, and he was wrong. I know he was wrong about that. I know. But, you know, no, we can't always be right, and he was speculating on that. Let Ellie handle it. UpChurch is a disgrace to the true crime community. Whatever you want to say, you have a right to your opinion. Someone needs to be held accountable for this. Exactly, Batgirl. This research shows that each point increases in IQ test scores raises income by between $234 and $616 per year after holding a variety of factors constant. Yeah, You have to have some sense to be able to make money. Because, you know, most of the people I know don't have a lot of money, and they don't got a lot of sense either. There are many highly intelligent people that haven't even finished high school, and a lot of college education morons. I saw it firsthand in college. Yeah, you know, we are all different. Sometimes school is just boring to people. And, you know, like Albert Einstein, or, you know, so on and so on. They get bored, and they do some crazy things or say some crazy things, and other people sometimes don't understand. And I do, you know, I'm no genius, obviously, but I do know my stuff when it comes to certain things, like, I'm really good with psychology, body language, and investigating. I went to school for that, you know. I did choose school. You know, we have people that have common sense, and then there's people who have book smarts. You tell me which you'd rather have. I feel like I have a lot of common sense, and I'm not so good with books. So I have to really pound it in to learn, you know. And I done that. Hard work pays off. And that's another thing that he does know about. But I want to talk about the Kiely case, guys. Have any of you heard anything new today that maybe I haven't touched on? If you have, let me know in these comments so we can discuss that. I just really want to know, too, did they find the phone? Is the phone in the vehicle? Was it in the vehicle? Does it have anything on it? Anything that, you know, can help us find out what happened? And obviously, also, her car had a black box on it. Now, that is also really going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us the speed it was going. It's going to tell us, you know, the areas that it was, because it's like a GPS coordinate from what I understood. So you're going to be able to tell where her car was at. And they're going to know if it was pushed in, if it was drove in, if there was a brick on the pedal, whatever. We're going to find that out when they release that information. Now, I do feel the reason they haven't released a lot of information is because it's possible that somebody done something. Yeah, UpChurch calls a spade a spade. I agree. I'm not saying that he's always right. I'm not saying he's perfect. But I am telling you he's not an idiot. He's a really smart man that has different ways of going about things. And maybe everybody don't agree, but it's productive and it does get results. That's why he does it. Can't wait to see the outcome. I just want to know what happened to this poor baby. I want justice, and I want people to take it serious. Title of the video: the YouTube Rick Mel knows where Kiely Rodni is. You know, like I said before, he had his ways of doing this, but it was pretty productive in a lot of ways. I do think that we all seen some weird stuff out of these people. Why were they all getting involved? See, can you imagine being her family, seeing that? Her family is going through a shit ton of stuff right now. I don't think that they're that I think that they seen that he was highly, highly affected by this case, if they saw anything. And, I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to apologize for him? Because I will. I'm so sorry to her family that, you know, people get really passionate and that they try in weird ways to find answers. So I am sorry for that, but I think he was really trying to help. I love Gen X. She is my sister from another mister. Here's what's up. You can't fix stupid. UpChurch ain't. Trolls are the only ones who are trying to distract from. He has shed a light on. Truth finders are spoke against, yes. All I can say is next. Right, Chalk? Uh-huh. Common sense is not so common. No, it isn't. Ryan has been wrong about it. I'm not even going to respond. Putting you in timeout, troll. Putting you in timeout. But, so, does anybody have anything they want to talk about before we get off? Her mom seems understanding. Like I'm sure she knows. Yeah, her mom's pretty awesome. Kiely had a beautiful family. She was a lucky girl to have such a beautiful mom that loved her so much, that taught her so much. You know, you can tell that they really invested a lot in Kiely. Look at how talented that little girl was from a young age. Her mama broke my heart because you could see true just wrecked. She's just wrecked. And I imagine that now more so than ever, she's shredded inside and just don't know what to do. And my heart goes out. I mean, if there's anything that I can do to help that family, I would be more than appreciative to be allowed to help. I hope we find the answers that that family deserves. I hope that Kylie gets the justice she deserves. Because like I said before, whether it's an accident or whether there was foul play, somebody done something wrong because she's 16 years old. She was highly, highly intoxicated possibly and could have been given drugs, which Ronnie talked about himself. His cousins, were there. And he surely made it sound like his cousins had the cocaine. I want to know how you've been. How's baby girl before you leave, please? Guys, I really, okay. I'm doing really good now. Did I go through, like, even when I was on YouTube before, I was mourning, and mentally I was going through a lot, right? And so, even though I think I actually done a really good job handling the situations that were at hand back then, I've learned so many better ways to cope with things and do things. And I'm really proud of that. I'm so proud of the better person I am sitting here in front of you today than the person I was back then. And even back then, I always thought of others first. But that's just the thing. I love myself too now. And I don't ever want to sit here and down myself like I once would have. I know that I'm a smart girl. I know who I am, and I know my abilities. And I'm willing to put myself out here again to you guys. And I've missed you all terribly. Now, how is Sadie? Sadie is now 10 years old. She just started the 5th grade. And she is doing so amazing, learning so much. She starts cheerleading on Monday. She's doing good in school already. I couldn't say... I couldn't be any more lucky. I am so, so blessed with my child. She's just such a godsend. Thank you, TN. I hope you do. And we'll be back. I may do another live tomorrow, actually. You went through so much, Brittany, and being the strong person you are, you bounced back. Very proud of you and so excited to have you back. Oh, I love you guys. I actually plan to stay around this time, too. Before, when I bounce in and out and back, still wasn't ready. Finally, I think I am. I'm not depressed like I used to be. I'm not mourning my father's loss like I was. I miss him very much every day, and I love him so much. But I have come to terms with the fact that he is no longer on this earth, not in his physical body form. And I've come to terms with what my family done to me, and I've come to terms with what happened here on YouTube. You can't expect a bunch of people who were, glad to use me in the first place. You can't expect them to be good people, right? I did. I trusted them. But you can't trust everybody, and especially on YouTube, because that's the game, right? Who gets more views? And the game that was going on back then was, let's be part of her stuff, find out who sends her super chats, and dip. Ruin her. And that's what they tried to do. And I said back then, eventually everyone would see, and they did. So I'm thankful for that. He'll always be with it. You're right, Batgirl, he will. What kind of channel is this? Crime? Yeah, that's what I like to focus on. I like to talk about different cases and crimes. Some unsolved, some that are solved. And then we're a family here. We talk about many things, actually. Many, many things. I don't really do like the famous people talk. Like, I'm not big at talking about films and cinema stuff. I do care about a lot of different things, but I don't always touch on it. This channel is open to a lot, though. Anything you're interested in, if you want to talk to me about it, maybe I can cover that too. Earlier, Ryan was saying he was posting a video with some big news or something. Yes, I've seen that. Thank you for bringing attention to that. He said, do you remember the lady that was part of the, oh my goodness, let's see, what's your last name? Preston. Oh my God, hey AJ, how are you? I went to school with AJ Farah. Cool, cool. Glad to see you here. But what was I saying? Shoot. I read something. Oh, the lady that was in the press conferences when Kylie was missing, when we didn't know anything. Do you remember her? The lady with the long hair that kind of controlled the narrative? Well, apparently something to do with her. I've not seen the video. But he did say that it would be coming up, I guess, today. So we may do a live tomorrow to touch on whatever the information is coming from that, because she wasn't in this last press conference, apparently, and apparently there is a reason behind that. Too many people are out for themselves only. You got to look out for you, and don't let Haters bring you down. Rise above them. Oh, thank you so much, Chastity. You have never left my side, and I love you. I love all of you. You know, they put on a good show, and it would, you know, sometimes we get caught up in things, and I understand. I thought so. YouTube recommended you, and I thought oh my God, are you serious, AJ? Well, I'm really glad that it did. I hope you follow, subscribe. I've just actually started reposting on this channel. I had a larger channel before that was known as Mysterious Case Files. It was monetized because of what happened to that channel. I had this channel back then, and this one is not monetized, but it's where my family's at, so we post here. YouTube did for me too. Awesome, Tian. I can't believe they recommended me. That's something that I don't think they ever really did before. They didn't really push my content till now. Earlier, Ryan was saying he was posting a video of some... Okay, I read that. Ryan ended up posting that video. Eric, see if Ryan UpChurch ever posted that other video about the woman from the press conferences, please. Eric's going to check for us. She won't be back, he said. Right. All of you too. Oh, awesome, AJ. I actually have a TikTok channel too. You guys can go follow. It's mysteriously.Brittany. I'm going to do a lot of lives on there too. It wasn't a show. He's just a cult leader that brainwashed emotional people follow. Whatever. YouTube recommended me too. Awesome, JC. Yeah, you said that earlier. It's really weird because they never really pushed my content in the past. I won't ever turn my back. I go, oh, Chastity, I love you. And I do know that you are being absolutely 100 when you say that. Maybe they're looking for someone better in YouTube world. Laugh out loud. Maybe so. It wasn't a show. He's just, oh, I read that a moment ago. Let's see, hee hee. I love your TikTok videos. Thank you. Thank you. I love TikTok. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. I just actually hit 1,000 subs or followers on there this morning, and I was so happy that I could go live. Ryan's getting hate. It deserves, let's see, it's deserved. Expose the fraud. Ryan UpChurch is a good person. I know that. You maybe don't. That's your problem. That's your, you know, your problem. So, I am now going to put you in timeout because you're being an absolute troll and an absolute hater. So, bye, meme lord. Sorry. All right. And my audience don't want to hear this bullshit, so... You know, they speak. They're the ones that I'm going to listen to. I've never done a TikTok. If I did, TikTok wouldn't exist no more. I'm going to go to Hush, Chastity. You should try it. It's fun. Let's see. Same, Mercy. I hate TikTok. Oh, gosh, you guys. I'm so sorry. I love it, though. Same here. You were in my YouTube feed. I subscribed. Thank you, Texas Jules. I'm really glad you did. See, new to your channel. I disagree about Ryan. I think he's wrong about... Okay, that's fine, Mercy. Like I said before, we can all have different opinions. I don't think that Icked Mel done anything to Kylie. I don't think he's involved in the situation. I do think that maybe he could be possibly guilty of creating content and like faking a few things. I'm glad you are, Mercy. That's fine. You are welcome to your own opinions, and I'm thankful that you're being really respectful in delivering your message. But I do actually really, really think that XanaMay, that she could be connected to this. I really do. I feel strongly about that, and I'm really sorry if that we disagree. I think that Ronnie guy was wrong and a liar. I do too. See, we're actually on the same page here. I believe that Icked Mel maybe had some friends call in, and I think that it was, you know, set up for views because it helped raise more awareness. Icked Mel past scares me. Yeah, it's pretty weird. His past is... I don't know if you know about his past, Mercy, but he has one. And he's done some pretty weird things in the past that I did not know about until this. I actually saw some of Icked Mel's coverage back over Gabby Petito and another case. I just can't remember which it was. And I do think he has a good platform and stuff, but I think he could be guilty of creating propaganda. Him and his friends would hack people's computers. They could hack into their cameras. And this is facts. This comes straight from Icked Mel's video on YouTube from before he got famous. I don't know about his past. I have been watching him for years and like him. Well, I'm glad you do, but he does have a pretty sketchy past. He's basically a computer hacker that turned to YouTube. Don't we all do things we regret? I don't think that that's a valid argument. Yeah, we do. We all do things that we regret. And I'm not saying, you know, that he's really a bad guy. And actually, I'm stating that because I think that it's terrible to create fake shit. We all know that. I mean, what about Heather? Remember Heather? Once I found out that Heather was a fraud, I exposed it to everyone. Everyone. Some people believed me, some people didn't. And then now they all know that it was true. She's a fraud and a scammer and done a lot of people really dirty. Had people listened to me like 2 years ago, a lot of people would still have a lot of their money, in my opinion. Thank you, Brittany, for having UpChurch's back. I never knew of him, know you, and do many others. I hear things and take it face value. I do my research. We all should use our God-given gift. Yeah, exactly. My God, Heather, yeah, scammer. Yeah. See, you guys, so you know that I'm really against scamming and against creating fake content, fake callers, fake whatever. I think if you're going to come on to a platform and present yourself, it should be 100%. I used to watch a lot of YouTubers, right? I used to love YouTube so much. And then I eventually found out that a lot of their stuff was scripted, and that made me hate it. I don't like anything that isn't 100% what it's being shown to me as, right? Now, can I handle people with personalities, funny ways of talking about things and stuff? Yes. Luann, I love you. And I hope you feel better, truly. But yeah, I just think you should be real. YouTube, I came to YouTube because it was real people talking about real things and not being fake. And then come to find out there's a lot of fake people, right? We already knew that, but YouTube seemed to be a getaway from television, from our normal media sources that are all put on by a narrative, by an agenda, by these big rich people. Okay. Sorry, bye. I just recently divorced Ryan. He's awesome. All right. Yes, I agree. So sorry. All right. But yeah. So I'm doing good. We've touched on Kylie. We've touched on what we know. Did he post it, Eric? No, he still has not posted that video. So we'll keep a lookout for it tonight. And we'll discuss it tomorrow, you guys. And any updates that may come out. Tomorrow, I may try to get my StreamYard back if I can get enough money together to do so. If you guys would like to help with that, I do have a Cash App that you can donate to. It's Brittany, BrittanyLouu. So you can do that there, and then maybe we can get back on StreamYard so I can show you guys some photos and stuff that I don't know if you've seen. I actually saw photos of Kylie in that hoodie at the party. I believe I saw them on True Crime Rocket Science. You guys know who I'm talking about. So if you haven't seen those photos, you could go to his channel to see them. And then I reckon it was debunked that the photos of the party, I reckon that's from another party, and it was just being connected to this one. So that I'm not recommending. Okay, gotta go. We'll see you again. All right, see you, Tian. See you all. Let's see, that was supposed to say discover. Oh, you discovered. Oh, okay. Okay, Blue October. I'm just here to look at your blue eyes. Well, thank you, thank you. Ryan had great questions. Why everybody keeps freaking out that he is on drugs. He isn't. Exactly. He's not definitely, he's actually really against drugs, which is the really ironic thing. But like I said before, he's from Tennessee. I'm from Kentucky. What does everybody want to say? Oh, meth head. Oh, this. Oh, hillbilly. Oh, that's just the easiest thing. It's the easiest insult they can find. And it's the easiest way to discredit the information they're hearing. So they just claim, oh, they're on drugs. That's just the easiest way to do it, right? He's a great guy. He does. He really is against drugs, guys, which is so weird. But he did play into the narrative. So, y'all going to hell exploiting missing people and or dead people. Like what if it was your family exploiting? I'm not exploiting anyone at all. I truly care. And I'm sorry that you don't apparently have the same passion. And that you're absolutely a hater. Everybody has a right to do journalism, to do podcasting, to cover cases, to cover missing people, to cover murders. We all have that right. And when you're putting in all kinds of work to do so, you also have a right to get paid, whether it be from commercials or support. This channel, I'm choosing to post here. I am choosing to do this, and it's demonetized. There'll be no funds received unless you want to donate to my Cash App, which is also fine. I'm not against making money by doing this or not. But right currently, unless somebody sends in funds, this is a demonetized channel where I'm not making money off of anyone. So, sorry to have to put you down and tell you you're wrong, because you're wrong. Wow, those without sins cast the first stone. Oh, they do. They love to throw stones. Love it. And they love to do the whole making money off of, well, this channel's demonetized. So, Mama Patty would beat him for sure. Right? To Cray, are you sure we are going to hell? Ronnie, Mel, and XanaMayX had false narratives for views. And yes, that's exactly it. And he called on to it, but he wasn't sure. So he just called out the craziest story he could about it to bring awareness to, make people look. And they did. And they dove deep and found the connections. They are connected. All right, you guys, so I have got to go. My daughter is having a sleepover tonight, and I have to make an appearance. And we're going to do some karaoke. But I love you guys. Thank you all so very much for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. I appreciate you for sharing your comments, sharing your thoughts, sharing your opinions, and helping, brainstorm what could have happened to this poor baby, for talking about Ryan UpChurch's involvement and the fact that he is absolutely 100% not on drugs. And just showing that we the Creek Squad, because I am a part of that, community also, are not all fucking meth heads. All right, it was great to see all of you. I love you so much. And I want to say, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on your notifications. If you would like to support so that we can get back on StreamYard, you can send funds to my Cash App, which is $Brittany, LOUU. And I'm stating that again just because I think it's shitty that people think that we don't put in hard work. Maybe I didn't put in a lot of work on this video, but by George, when we get StreamYard, you will see the work that goes into these things. The depths that we are willing to go to try and help other people. So yeah. Let's go, Kimberly. Thank you for covering this. You're very welcome. Tomorrow, I plan to cover hopefully Ryan's new video, and because I'm curious of why the lady isn't going to be at the press conferences anymore. It could be really big. I'm looking forward to finding out whether or not Kylie's phone was found. So much. So stay tuned. I will be back. I love you all dearly, and I thank you so much for the support and the love and just for being here tonight and talking with me. The implications of what he was going to drop goes up to the highest levels of law enforcement, right? I mean, I know it's pretty, yeah, maybe that's why it hasn't been posted yet. They're trying to make sure that it can't get him in trouble, I would imagine, because it does concern some serious things. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Also follow me over on my TikTok channel. And like I said, you can donate if you would like to my Cash App. Otherwise, this is a demonetized channel, and I'm okay with that. All right. Have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Love you, Chastity. Love you, Kimberly. Love you, goodness, Luann. Love all of you. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a wonderful one. Remember Sandy Hook. Are you talking about Sandy Hook, like that's close to where I live? Or are you talking about Sandy Hook, the shooting? Eckhart Troll. After this, I'm getting off here, I swear. Love you guys too. You know what, Eckhart, actually, I really do gotta go. We can touch on Sandy Hook in tomorrow's live. The hoax. We will talk about this tomorrow. I don't want to do that on this video. Love you guys.